Hello YouTube, we are back with some more commentary. This one was done at Dean's Dugout, which is a store in Naperville for those in the Chicagoland area in the suburbs. We're usually there every Sunday, so please feel free to check them out. Great shop, and if you want to come play with us, we're there. Sundays at 12:30. Joined here by TJ, the Highwayman.
The sun.
Who will be playing here. We've got him playing the GraceNova. I know you've been looking forward to this deck, so I'm excited to see how you cook with it.
I love it. I love playing this deck so much. I'm definitely needing to update a few things, and I'm learning some new stuff. But from what I tested before the deck came out and what I've played so far, I do enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's very fun.
Yeah, it's a fun deck, and you love it, and you cook with it. So I'm excited to see what it shows. And you're going up against Will, who's playing good old D-Brigade. Should be a good one. Excited to see it. For those who are new, thank you for tuning in, and hopefully you enjoy this video and can choose to subscribe. For those who are old and returning, thank you for always supporting the channel. We really do appreciate it. Please feel free to check out our socials, which will be in the link tree down below. You'll see our Twitter, our Instagram, our Discord, our TCG player affiliate, as well as our YouTube membership, all in there. So feel free to check those out. We'll really stress the Discord because for a lot of what we're doing with the community, like including our 1K box tournament, our Q&A videos, and just like random discussions and meta stuff, you know, that's usually where it does take place. So if you want to kind of join in on all the banter, please feel free to check that out. And without further ado, let's hop right into the round. Dude, those are some nice sleeves. Where did you get those?
The ones I have. Oh yeah, that's the from the Cyrus like Pokemon like trainer. It's not like a BTB, but look with a like Team Galactic theme box.
Yeah.
But I figured like, you know, GraceNova Galaxy. I don't know. Felt appropriate. I've also been wanting to use the sleeves for a while.
You got so Pokemon sleeves too. Look at you.
Yeah, I'm playing the wrong game. Unfortunately, I did not have a good rookie, so I had to go to the Huck in the back, which was sad.
And then Will kind of responds with a Satsuki. You do have your setter out, which is not bad.
Yeah, got myself early, guaranteed memory.
You push up. Okay, get some chip damage.
Yeah, I have to. I'm not going to use it for anything, so I opt to push up and just go ahead and just choke him to 1 with the Fira 9. Because I know he's going to go to 2 off the Satsuki, but I figure... I mean, I've played so much D-Brigade, I know what it can do.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if he's going to do anything, he's going to have to pass turn. He doesn't have any other way of gaining memory right now.
For sure.
And at least to my knowledge, at the point where I was at right there, all he was really going to be able to do was... go into a cargo, and then
And I'll be honest with you, the GraceNova stuff I am still a little bit raw on, so I'll have you probably take the lead on some of the effects and stuff. I don't want to mess it up.
The way GraceNova exists basically is that it is all about it very much plays like it does in the Dawn and Dusk games, where it very much focuses on sort of going up and down your line to basically increase the power of the Digimon. Which is very much how the game kind of worked.
Ooh, you get into your Apollo. Apollo, from what I remember testing with you, was absolutely cracked. He's a really good piece for this deck, right?
Yeah, he has 1 Digivolving Blitz. He gains Security Attack +1 for every 3 sources he has. And sorry, I was fixing my chair. And on top of that, during my turn, when a card is checked from security, I can delete one of my opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to Apollo's. He does just PCD bomb me. I unfortunately was not seeing rookie at all. And also to explain the Tamer as well, the Tamer lets you put the top card of the stack like underneath it to then evo into another card without paying the cost.
I see.
So that's why I was able to just take my crest and tuck it
very
under the
much
Fira,
like
and then go back
on
up into
theme with like game mechanics, like from the actual like lore itself.
Yeah, which is really cool.
That's awesome. Oh God.
At this
that
point, I was
board.
in a bad
What
way.
the heck?
Yeah, I do have a. I think I'm debating what to do here. I don't have Crimson. I can't remember what I did.
Yeah, no rookie is rough.
Yeah, no rookie made me very sad. So, and I apologize. I take a while in some of these games because I get very. I had some analysis paralysis going on that day.
No, dude. I mean, to be fair too, though. I mean, I feel like sometimes I find myself in the opposite end of the spectrum, which is like while you're kind of thinking about stuff. I feel like I sometimes get panicky because I'm like, oh shit, I gotta do something, and I like kind of rush myself, and then I'm like, oh God, maybe if I like slow down for that extra second, I would have thought of something a little bit more optimal. I definitely find myself like doing that, like with Digi, like with One Piece too, particularly with like those best of one games. I'll finish a game, and like if I lose it, I'll be like, oh, I could have done that better. I look at the timer, I'm like, dude, I had 20 minutes left. What am I doing? I could have like taken like 2 seconds just to think about it, you know?
Yeah. Right now, Will's just cooking me. He gives rush to that Hi-Commandramon in the back by evoing into the Nume.
Oh, jeez.
Hit the Thio Ko. That and then just went for game. Yeah. So first game, the rookie brick was rough. I wasn't able to like have any sort of control or anything. Not seeing any Pheromon either also was a bit rough. So the thing with GraceNova is that, and this is something I learned throughout the day. Yeah. Apollo and Diana are strong cards on their own, but you really have to consider your matchup. Like, so like in this instance, like Apollo, he's strong. I can do a lot of really early chip with him. But I have to consider my opponent's removal options. I have to be very, very cautious about what they're going to be able to do. It is definitely a deck where you want to take your time and set up your tamers so you can be as memory efficient as possible on your turn. While you just sort of collect pieces, because you do need to basically have like 2 of each of your levels, except for the rookie, to go up and go into everything. And you think, you know, running 6 to 8 level 6s, you'd probably see 2 of them or at least 1 of each, but you don't.
Sure.
And so I definitely learned throughout the day where to evo and like when to do stuff. And I would say by the end of the day, I was learning a lot more on like how I should play stuff out. I still made misplays and I didn't do very well, admittedly, in record. I at least went to game 3 a couple of times. Yeah. So it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like I wasn't winning any games, but definitely a good learning experience. Yeah. I mean, that's like yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. No, I was just saying, like, that's like sort of like the fun part about just the new meta, right? It's like it's one thing to like theory craft stuff, and then it's another thing to like actually like put it out in practice, you know? Yeah. And so to sort of explain what's going on here, so Lunamon started main phase allows me to bounce another Digimon to my hand or gain 2 memory, so I returned the Fira. And then I went ahead and evoed into said Fira to search top 4 or top 3. Yeah, my brain. And then I used the Inheritable on Lunamon to go ahead and tuck Fira under, and then evo up into Lekis. And when I tuck the card under, I gain 2 memory, and the Sunmon lets me evo for a reduced cost of 1. Okay. Or reduces the cost by 1 for my next evo when I would tuck the card under the source. Yeah. And then I was able to just go Crest into Apollo and just do some early damage, choke him to 1. For sure. Which did pretty good. Yeah. You got put me in a good spot. Yeah, from what I remember testing with you, like when you have Apollo on board and you can kind of keep doing what you want to do, like it's scary. Yeah. And that's a scary board that Will has too. He has the Vademon now, which I did not realize how OP Vademon was. That was my nice Crimson fault. So I go ahead Crimson for 1, just clear board. He has to do all of the reveals and everything. Because at this point I'm like, well, he doesn't have protections if I clear his board, so I might as well just Crimson it for the 1 cost. And then be able to swing. If he blocks, he dies. If he doesn't block, he dies. Assuming I don't get D-Digivolved or something. Sure. That's just a block. So and there's another 2 checks. Yeah, so very effective board wipe by you. Yeah, and it was a smart block. It was a good call. Yeah. And so at this point, I'm just trying to consider what I want to do. I think I end up just playing Tamer Choke into 1. Yeah. It's something that I definitely have learned more at least against current meta decks, the Tamers are very necessary. They're like they're good, but they are infinitely more necessary with current stuff.
Oof.
Yep. So there is the Vademon drop. So he digivolves by 3, because he digivolves 1 for each Digimon revealed, and then bottom decks them.
God.
Yeah,
That's
so Crystal Blaze is gone.
crazy.
I have loads of memory, but here is the issue. I am missing pieces.
Yeah.
I don't have a level 4.
Oh no. That's wild. Vademon?
Yeah, I've seen some people running it in D-Brigade. It's a good card. It's a clever card.
And is that an on-play and when digivolving, or just an on-play?
Yeah, it's both.
It's
so
both.
you can drop it or Evo and just digivolve it by a number of cards revealed.
Jeez.
But yeah, so I opted to go ahead. In retrospect, this maybe wasn't the right play to do. I probably could have bounced the Luna I just pushed up and kept the Pheromon source, which probably would have been better at the end of the day. But my brain wasn't thinking. It was silly. So I just hard dropped the Crest to go ahead and stun the Vade, so I don't have to worry about it, even if he goes up into
Brigade.
Yeah, Brigade, which it won't have any protections if he goes like over the Vademon into it, and I don't know about swinging or anything.
Does swing with the Commandra over here. Uses effective Missimon to bring back up. It still dies, and then plays out another one. Yeah.
And he returned 3 of the BT4 Commandra. This is really funny.
Thinking about it, yeah. Death X. Okay.
Yeah. Which makes sense. It doesn't clear my Crest, but it does for the Luna. Just smart. It keeps me from getting extra memory. Although it does pass me over a decent amount. And then he reads through GraceNova to double check stuff.
The paragraph that is GraceNova.
Yeah. This point
go back into Apollo.
Yeah. I think I was missing Diana until I just drew one.
Okay.
And then at this point I'm considering what I want to do. And I think I was like I was basically debating on if I wanted to swing for a little bit of chip and risk losing him, or if I wanted to just hard evo into a GraceNova, which I think is what I ended up doing. I actually don't remember. We'll find out in a second, I guess.
Because I feel like both are solid with the state right now. If I'm remembering my effects correctly, I feel like either could be pretty solid for you. I mean, the chip is not bad.
Yeah.
Well, but then having an established GraceNova is also not bad, although it is the only thing on the board.
So I go to start Googling, because I was double checking, because GraceNova has 1 DNA digivolving, and it's a 1 digivolving and 1 attacking effect. But 1 DNA digivolving, it stripped 8 sources from your opponent's Digimon. And then after that, it says then delete one of your opponent's Digimon with fewer or less sources than that Digimon.
So you get rid of the difference there.
It ends up being able to still clear something regardless of whether I DNA or not.
Gotcha. Not a bad play then. I mean, you get rid of the big guy, and yeah, that's not bad. The Vademon still's there, which is kind of scary, I feel like, but
it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
I was like, if he goes into Brigade, it doesn't stop me at all. He is going to go ahead and DCD bomb the GraceNova, which it makes sense.
Great. And then here we have a Brigade come out.
At this point, I have 2 GraceNovas in trash.
Yeah, that's rough.
Which is like, well, I got 1 more in the deck somewhere, so I gotta make sure, because I run 3.
Okay. Alright, so you decided to push up with the Luna here.
And this is where I was debating on if I wanted to bounce the Apollo to gain memory and put the level 6 in hand.
Sure.
And it was a mistake not to do so. If I would have done it, I would have been in a much better spot, but I opt not to, because I had a different thought process where I was like, well, if I can evo up a line and go into Diana, I can just DNA same turn without having to pass turn and use Sayoko, and then be able to move from there. And so, I started going through stuff.
Yeah.
And Goodnight Moon does have Night Fang trait, so I'm able to grab that, and then I grab another or Night Claw. Sorry, it's Light
Sure.
Shining Night Claw.
You suspend the
double
tamer to go into. Okay.
I suspend the tamer to gain a memory because I
Yeah.
took the source under. Go into Fira for 1 because if there's 3 or more sources on the Digimon I'm evoing into, you can reduce the cost by 2.
Gotcha.
For its bolt, and it also works on the on play too. So if you have a Digimon with 3 or more sources on the field, you can drop your level 5s for reduce. You can reduce the cost for the on play by 2.
Nice.
So
you use that to pop the decoy guy, then you tap the tamer to do it again.
Yep, evo up to a Fira to pop into the body.
Which is like crazy. Like that's a pretty decent amount of board control.
Yeah, Fira popping 5k less is very nice. Or it's not. Fucking hold on, wait, it's not Pheromon. I'm gonna get yelled at for the past.
Oh no.
Pheromon's level 4. That one is the flare. Sorry,
Flare
apologize. It's hard. Corona, Fira, flare.
GraceNova.
Yep. So at this point, I'm not seeing Diana, so I'm like, well, I'm not gonna be able to stun his board. I'll just go ahead and go into another GraceNova. I'll blow up the Brigadra, and then force him to have to respond with something else.
So you say will swing with the Commandra with the Missimon, which allows him to set up the top of his stack, basically, which is good with the new BT4 Commandra, which allows him to play it out again, basically.
Yeah, which I popped the other one so he can't get any more chip, and so he has to pop the other ones, and then on top of that, now like it sits out there, it can't swing, and the other ones are at the bottom, so I'm not too worried about those. He does Death X me, so that is all 3 of my GraceNova gone.
Jesus. But does pass you over to 5, which I mean. You can see a Diana, like, yeah, you can't DNA, but I feel like at least that gives you a little bit of control, maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, like, Diana as a card in general, I feel like is being splashed into blue decks, just particularly like Blue Flare. Like, I've seen people try to make that work in there, which I definitely see the utility to it. And
so here is where I'm regretting not pulling the Apollo back, because if I had pulled the Apollo back, I would have been able to go into that over the Fira and blitz for a lot more checks. So I could have done everything I did, but then also gone into Apollo and blitzed and done damage and other stuff.
Sure.
Deleted the Brigadra anyways. Didn't have any protections, and then he wouldn't have been able to get rid of me with a Death X.
Gotcha.
So that was another kind of poor choice on my part. It's a hard deck to pilot because you really have to consider like what you're going to draw into. You have to make sure you know what cards are in your trash and sort of make assumptions about what's most likely in your security.
Right.
So I go ahead, I swing into security, I hit a Satsuki in there using the your turn effect to go ahead and pop the other suspended Commandramon, and then I go ahead and play Goodnight Moon to essentially stun the BT4 Commandramon, and I have no tamer to play though off of that. Or I did? Wait, why did I not play that tamer? Was I blind? Or did I play tamer? Did I play one of the Sonic
I think you
Co's?
played, yeah, I think you played the Sonic Co's.
Okay, I did. Alright, then never mind.
And then you opt to play the other one, and then Apollo dies off of the Death X effect.
Yeah. So I'm just, at this point, I'm looking in my hand. Yeah. I know I have Corona in the back who's going to be able to gain me memory.
So we see a Rush Nume swing for 1. It's a Corona. And then here, I think Will is in a decent spot. I mean, he's got 3 Satsukis on board. Death X, 2 other bodies. But, I mean, you are able to turbo pretty quickly, though. Yeah,
so Corona gains me 1. I evo up into Fira.
There's a Diana.
Yep, finally. So I go ahead and I grab her.
Use effect.
My deck's very small.
Alright, just starting to climb, gaining a lot of memory. And here you go into the flare, or the flame. Flare.
Go into, Flaremon.
Yeah.
Blow up the Numa.
Okay. And here you could probably...
I'm debating on using Kosayo to go ahead and try and control board more, which I think I do have to do, yeah.
Nice. It does have another commander come out. Okay, and he puts him bottom deck.
And I'm still considering what I want to do. I actually don't remember if I used the Sunmon effect at this point or not. But
you go into Diana, stun the board, then go into Apollo.
Yep.
Swing for 2 check? No, just 1 check.
No, it'll be 3 checks.
3 checks. Because it's 1 for every 3, right?
It's 1 for every 3 sources, yeah. So then I pop a card, and then that card's stunned, where he can evo into it, and it can swing again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because so Diana stuns anything that doesn't have Digivolution cards. So up to.
Oh, okay.
So the way Diana reads specifically is
like very similar to Sorai, right?
In a way. So when Digivolving and when attacking, for each of this Digimon's Digivolution cards, trash any 1 Digivolution card from one of your opponent's Digimon. Then until the end of your opponent's turn, all of their Digimon with no Digivolution cards can't suspend.
Gotcha.
And then all turns once per turn when an opponent's Digimon's Digivolution card is trashed, unsuspend this Digimon. I have to just play out the flame so that it has there's just another body there that can threaten to swing if he doesn't clear it.
For sure.
Will starts working through. He's setting up a board. I knew I was I figured I was pretty okay. But he does Ultimate Flare, which then clears my board.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Which makes sense. He still didn't put a rookie in the back. I don't know if I think he just doesn't have one in hand.
So you could just Crimson because he's got the new maze and board.
I think I consider it. But I think I opt to just play out Cress because I'm not super worried, because even if I pass him over, because Cress just straight up just says that something can't suspend. So if I do play it, it basically is just a full stun.
For sure.
Oh no, I have Phoebus. That's right. Phoebus blow to grab back of Grace.
Okay. Only problem here I can see is that Satsuki gives him 6, but he doesn't have anything live, which is fair, but he probably has ways to blow shit up.
Yeah. And I have to grab the Grace so that I have a blocker.
Yeah.
I think I'm realizing I don't have a level 6 in hand, though. I think all my level 6s are in
Oh no.
It does clear my Corona. Wide board like crazy. He is getting very close to the bottom of his deck. Reveals one off of the other one, and then I just Crimson Blaze for game. Because it blows a board, and then he has to do the reveals. So then they would get
that's right.
Because even if he does the other ones to play first...
Look at that. Look at you.
Because I was like, at this point, I was like, well, you know what? I'm not going to win by swinging. I'm just going to... as soon as he whiteboard and I saw his deck, I was like, oh, I have Crimson Blaze in hand. Which is why I didn't play it. Because I saw how low he was getting. So I was like, if I can just make the right turn...
Yeah.
If he passes turn with Brigadra, I can... just Crimson Blaze's board and then deck himself up and deck him
well
out.
Played. Well played.
It had to be creative because I didn't play the rest of the game very well. I did not make the right call.
We move on to a game 3, and you guys go right off the bat. Oh my gosh, we got a Commandra.
We had 5 minutes. We had 5 minutes for game 3.
Gotcha.
To put it in perspective.
So we start to see Will swing. He hits a Luna. Plays out another Commandra.
Game 2 was a war of attrition. Game 1, I got bopped. I pushed up, I go into Fira. I'm able to grab one of those cards. I grab this Sayoko, bottom deck the rest. Luna effect, tuck under to gain 2. Evil for 1 into Lekis, thanks to Sunmon. Top 3, grab one of those cards, which I think I grab a Fira. So I was like, well, I have a Fira under sources. If I tuck these 2, there's only one other Fira that's going to be somewhere. So if I lose these 2, I am
right.
Go Flare, pop something, swing over Cargo because I have the Fira inheritable making me 9k.
Yeah.
And then I'm debating what to do at this point. I think I'm opting to go Diana.
Sure.
Which I do just to stun the other one.
It's fair.
To force him to Evo on it if he wants to swing with it or something.
See a Memboost come out of Will, picks up a Hi-Commander.
Yep. And the good thing is too is that if he doesn't if he evos over it and doesn't clear my stack by any means, Diana can just swing and keep stunning stuff. Or putting stuff in a stun state until he evos.
You see Will play out another Commandra to set you over to 1. Diana swings and then when attacking him?
Oh yeah, I stun both. Will breeze real quick. Yeah, Diana's crazy, dude. Diana kind of like, I know you can just evo over something to get out of it, but like if you use her correctly, I do kind of, part of me wants to just play like a blue deck with Diana.
Blue flare maybe. I need to stop. I keep cooking up stuff, thinking like, what do I do? And I keep
Flare's not bad.
Stuff in.
I was thinking about pairing her with Goma and that whole sort, like Zudo and everything could be really good as well. He works as a very good top end for the Source Strip stun deck. It also works really well with Buka, giving her jamming.
Maybe we do a 1-of in Mirage. Who knows?
Yeah, you could. There is a lot of people that tech her as a 1-of in like a lot of different blue decks because she could just be so powerful.
But we see Will here. He's got a few bodies out. He's thinking about who to swing with. And at this point, I feel like you just go ahead and start swinging away.
Yeah, this is turn 2. We're in time. We're in turns at this point. So he was turn 0. That last turn I just did, I was turn 1, and so this is turn 2 right now. And so he was like, "Fuck!" when he revealed that Satsuki, because that Satsuki was what he needed to be able to play and give Rush or something else to swing for game.
Right. So he picks up the Commandra, checks into a blue level 5. I think that is.
Yeah, that was Cress.
Yeah. Who's that swings with this Commandra? It does not have Rush because it is not a Digipolice, which is something for Satsuki.
Yes, he can't give it to the Commandramon. It has to go to a Numa or something, which he has a Numamon, but it wouldn't gain Rush.
Goes Hi-Commandra. Hits a Tamer, the Memory Setter Tamer. Goes ahead, swings with that Commandra. Hits a Crimson. Okay.
Crimson and then clears the board, which is just like an even bigger. Just like, well, now you really can't do.
At this point, I feel like it's just gonna end in a draw. No, because he doesn't have enough memory to do the Nume. Oh, okay.
And he tells me to have fun. And he says, if I don't win this turn, it's. He basically just told me I better win this turn.
Yeah.
So I start going through my paces. I start setting everything up.
Yeah.
Go Fira. Top 3. Go ahead and do that. And at this point, I have an Apollo, I believe. I tuck that to go ahead and
it's crazy that you're doing all this and you're still sitting at 10 memory. That's wild.
Yep. There. I find an Apollo, and then I find another piece. So here's my issue. I literally have game right here.
Sure.
But I'm an idiot.
Oh no.
I'm dumb. I have Phoebus Blow in hand, but my dumbass is like, well, what if I just try and search to find my other Diana instead of playing Phoebus Blow for 6 to grab the Diana?
Oh.
Because what I could have done...
Because the Diana is like sitting
now that I
pretty
think about
there.
it, because Phoebus Blow for 6, I could have grabbed the Diana out of trash. Evo Diana. I guess I don't have any end of turn. But I could have gone... No, I still could have... I mean, I wouldn't have won. I still would have been screwed. I needed more sources for the Apollo stack. Yeah, I still wouldn't have won. I needed one more turn. This is where I'm just like desperately searching.
Yeah.
But even though I can't do anything, I don't have enough memory. There's no way. I'm trying to see if there's a way I can game it with Luna, which I'm able to Evo into Fira for free because of the Sunmon.
Sure.
But again, I haven't drawn a Diana. And this is when I'm realizing there's a Diana in trash and I have Phoebus Blow in hand, and I'm like, oh.
I mean, I feel like at that, like, if game was to like continue, right? I feel like you probably just choke to 1, right? Just like drop like a 4 cost and just like say.
What I would have done, had I Phoebus Blowed earlier, I would have just Sio Code. But yeah, we draw.
Yeah.
And then a draw. I actually didn't have game either. Now that I'm looking back at this, yeah, I had a Diana at the bottom of the deck, and I think another one was in security, and then there was one that I used.
But hey, I mean, like, pretty good gameplay though from both you guys. I mean, I feel like game 2 definitely was like a good, like, just slugfest. And then the fact that you guys did that, both of you like got the opponent down to 0 security in 5 minutes. Like,
yeah, no, it was crazy. It was crazy. But yeah, game 3, I probably could have. I don't think I could have won at that turn. Now that I look back on it, even if I Phoebus, it would have put me down to 4. I would have gained a lot of memory off of Luna. I would have to do exact math, and I'm too lazy to do that right now. But it would have been close. But I probably would have had game next turn because I could have just choked Will to 1, and then I have a level 5 and a level 6 stack, and I don't think he has enough sources to deal with both of those.
But yeah, I mean, I think pretty good just showcase of what GraceNova can do.
Yeah,
you pilot it really well. Obviously, like, you've practiced with it. You love the deck, huh?
I wouldn't say really well. I did a lot of unoptimal plays, but
we're learning. We're learning. It's the beginning of the season. You know, we got this. We get there.
That's true.
Get there.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely something I will mess around with. You know, as the meta goes on. Probably will hit you up with some more like gameplay tips and stuff. But it looks fun. It looks real fun.
It is. Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. It is very fun. It is probably one of the most fun decks I've ever played because even though you may not push much aggression, the control the deck offers is very enjoyable. GraceNova is a very satisfying play to pull off when you do it, even though you didn't see it this game. I apologize. It's very hard. It's very difficult to actually pull it off consistently because you need a lot of tamer setup. And then you also need to find pieces, which I did not do. But you feel like you're playing the game.
Yeah.
Even like when you're working through stuff, you always feel like you're playing the game, which is nice.
For sure. And yeah, I mean, I just feel like Diana too is a very interesting blue card too. I think underestimated how much she could do, and the more I'm like reading her, like I'm literally looking at her right now, I'm like, wow, that's kind of busted.
Yeah.
For just a 4 cost as well, like that's not bad. It's a blocker. It has all those stuff. Yeah.
Yep, and it's all turns too, so she can block, and then like if a source gets like trashed during their turn, she can unsuspend.
Yeah.
But it's really cool because you can swing with her, trash a source, stun things, and then unsuspend yourself, and then just leave yourself there as a blocker.
For sure. Yeah, so I think there's a lot to come out of this. GraceNova as a deck itself, as well as like the individual pieces. I guess mainly just Diana, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what you guys think. Definitely gonna be an interesting kind of EX-5 format. I feel like with all these decks, I think there are a lot of like sleeper decks, like Sovereigns last night when we played against each other is definitely something that we're hope to getting on the channel soon too, along with sort of the big hitters like Anubis and Melga and all that. So be on the lookout for it. Let us know what you guys think. Once again, check out our socials. We love to interact with you and see you over there, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.